everyone! So here is my next tutorial for all of you. I'm also in a new location. Welcome to my makeup vanity area. This is where all of the makeup happens. So many of you requested to see a tutorial on this look that I was wearing in a couple reviews. Pretty much ask and you shall receive. It's most likely the easiest tutorial that I've ever done. It takes zero effort. So with that said, let's just get into it. Alright, so I started the look by quickly applying a light warm matte brown into my crease. In this case, it isn't necessarily a transition shade. I find that it just helps apply and blend the colors that we'll be using for the look more easily. And out of habit, I blended the edges, but it's hardly visible, so you can probably skip this step altogether. The main shadow of this look is this beautiful matte medium mauve shade. It's more warm toned, but depending on what you pair it with, it can lean cooler. It's a really fun color to play around with. I applied that into the crease and outer half of my lid using a slightly rounded crease brush and blended it out. Throughout the entire look, I used this fluffy angled brush for blending. It does a great job at diffusing the edges with no effort and getting into the inner corner of the eye. I'm going back in with that medium to dark mauve and just building up the color. I find that's really the key for effortless blending, to add a small amount of color, blend, add more color, blend again, until you've got your desired intensity. While filming, the edge was looking a little blunt in the viewfinder, so to help create a better fade, I took the exact same brush with whatever shadow was left on it and lightly went over the edges. For this technique of blending out harsh edges, you will want the bristles to barely touch the skin. Next, to darken up the crease, I went in with this matte dark brown. It has slight hints of purple and plum, so it's cool to see how the undertones lean when you pair it with other shades. I applied it in the exact same manner as the other shade, just not pulled out as far. Using a long tapered crease brush like this makes it easy to avoid applying too much pressure and therefore avoid applying too much color. To bring back that lightness to the eye, I took a nude beige shadow that was similar to my skin tone and applied it to the inner half of my eye. I started by using a fluffy brush in an almost flicking motion. This sort of dusts the product over the darker color and helped blend the two together. Then I switched over to a densely packed eyeshadow brush to pack the same nude color on, but more concentrated. And honestly, if you have a powder foundation, that will work exactly the same. I just wanted to make the inner eye brighter and make it look like skin. For the lower lid, using the same long tapered crease brush in that dark brown shade, I dusted it onto my lower lash line and blended it out. I have pretty big eyes, so the more pulled out the color is, the better, but adjust it to your needs. To tightline, I applied my favorite black liner on my upper and lower waterline and smudged it out with an angled brush. I feel like looks like this always call for some winged liner, so I used my trusty felt tip liner, and as you can tell, I still don't have the hang of applying it in frame on camera, but what can you do? Practice makes perfect, I guess. I coated my upper and lower lashes with my favorite mascara. And next up are false lashes. Today I decided to try stacking my lashes for a more full, dramatic look. Stacking them is really easy. You just pile the bands on top of each other, press the lashes together to mesh them, and apply normally. It doesn't look like you're wearing two pairs, it doesn't feel like you're wearing more than two pairs, and you don't have to worry about one falling off. It's no different than if you were to just wear a single pair. To finish off the rest of my face, I quickly contoured. For a blush, I used this shimmery pink rose shade and applied it using a duo fiber brush. This one does a great job of diffusing out the color for a softer appearance. Then I highlighted using my favorite go-to highlighter. And last but not least, I paired a medium-toned matte brown on the lips. And that completes the look. But with this look, anything on the lips truly works. If you happen to watch the reviews that I wore this look in, you can tell that the lip color really does alter the color of the eyeshadows. It can either lean warmer or cooler and more mauve. It's really neat to see how just a lip color can completely transform and change the way that your eyeshadow looks. But that is it, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, it's a pretty easy look. It's pretty easy, right? If you guys like seeing tutorials from me, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to show your support so I will know and then I will keep on making them. If you happen to recreate this easy look for yourself, be sure to hashtag or tag me on social media so I will see it. Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, you should follow me on Snapchat. Because I absolutely love looking at the looks that you guys recreate. That's my saying, I don't know if it's right, but we're going with it. Also, I hope that you guys had a good long weekend celebrating Canada Day, 4th of July, or whatever holiday you chose to celebrate the past weekend. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope that you're having a fantastic day and thank you so much for watching.